again for you spending your time with us. I am your co-host Allie, and we have.
I'm Shay, and just want to say thanks to everyone for joining us today. Hope you've had a great week and that your Saturday started off well. It's a little rainy here, but we're going to make the best of this, and we're going to have a great show today. And welcome, everyone.
Yes, and so our show today, I got some tissue because I know I'm sensitive about things. And so what we wanted to do is bring, we're about making connections. That means not just two resources, but making people aware of things that are happening. So, we hear about human trafficking, but, sometimes when it doesn't affect you or, you hear people, they have cancer and you're like, oh, that is so sad. But until it comes home, until you know somebody, it really doesn't hit you. You hear it, but it doesn't affect you. So today we have on the line with us Miss Hope Speaks. How are you today?
I am good. Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. Hello, you guys out there.
So we were picking on her before the show because we're here, like Shay said, in the rain, and she just had to tell us about her being down in Florida in the sunny state of Florida. But,
and being
that's what
able
I'm...
to walk to the beach.
Thank you.
Well,
See?
well, listen, if it help you all, let me say this. I am from Cleveland, Ohio. I've done my part with shoveling snow and walking in the snow and 4 or 5 pairs of socks, gloves, hats, scarves, long john. I retired that. I've done it. So I'm sorry. And all that heavy, I'm sorry.
Now, when you said Cleveland, Ohio, I ain't got nothing else to say.
Yeah, that's what I thought that too. I was like, well, yeah, she deserves to be down there in Florida.
Yeah, I deserve it. Hey, let me have this moment.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we are so thankful for you being on today and sharing some of your experience. And I just believe this is going to be an interesting show. So we hope to get through as much as we can, but we might have to bring you back for a second session. But I wanted to start before we get into that. I wanted to play a little song, and it's called Don't Walk Away. So y'all stay with us. And it said millions stolen, brought, sold, beaten, raped, and abused. But one is too many.
I'm a girl you never met, a half a world away from. And though I seem so different, I'm someone's daughter. Are we the same? I guess I'm just far away. Easy to forget. Don't walk away. Don't walk away. Don't walk away from me. I have a dream. I have a name. I have my hopes and dreams. Trying, I'm trying to hold on, but it's hard to believe. Anyone knows? Anyone cares? Did you walk away?
Wow. Doesn't that just kind of get you when you hear those words and you're thinking about, oh my gosh, there's somebody somewhere suffering. There's somebody somewhere wanting a way out so bad, but they don't know the way out. So, Hope Speaks. Tell us a little bit
That
about your story.
you just said that someone somewhere want a way out. Someone somewhere is hurting. Someone somewhere don't know who to trust, who to talk to, and what to do. Every 3 seconds, every 5 seconds, every 10 seconds, and every 30 minutes, there's a person out there just like me, just like me. I am a survivor of sexual and human trafficking, which I'm going to explain that to you. I came out of a domestic violence relationship and I went into a club, early 20s. And my family dream, at that age, I probably looked at 15, 16. I wasn't the type to wear a lot of makeup. I always had that little young schoolgirl look. And I remember so well, just as if it was yesterday, in the club, broken, hurt, confused, looking for love in all the wrong places, which so many of us do, including our children, which I'm going to get to that. So I'm going to go kind of quick, and I'm asking everyone to please pay attention, listen closely, get your pen and pad if necessary, because you will need it. When I met this gentleman, the first week, he wined and dined me. He bought me the dollar pillow from the dollar store, took me to Red Lobster, and back then that was like the place to be. Today I can't stand Red Lobster. No offense, Red Lobster. And, he done everything until one day in Cleveland, Ohio, Prospect Avenue, which is or was the host drove. And he drove around, and I'm looking at all these women in fishnet stockings, high heels, short skirts, in and out of this room, all kind of stuff going on, and I'm sitting back, and it didn't hit me. It didn't hit me because my mindset was looking for love in all the wrong places. I just wanted that attention. I just needed that someone to hold my hand. Jimmy's going to be all right. We did that for 2 nights. Within 2 weeks' time, I was the one on that corner wearing fishnets, high heels, short dresses, walking around. Then it became a mental. First, I thought, okay, you know what? He said this is going to get us somewhere. And I didn't. I was so locked and loaded in my thinking, I didn't know what was really going on. See, a lot of times we don't really know what's going on. I hear people say, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just run? Why you can't stop? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Well, until you actually been there, until you look into their eyes, until they touch that heart and get into your mind, then and only then will you be able to say, only by the grace of God, there go I. I went from sexual trafficking, which is prostitution, for probably a year or so, probably anywhere from 10 to 15, just depends, men a night, working into conventions, going to sit at some of the top bars, knowing where the conventions are going to be. We had the golf convention, all kind of businessmen conventions, all that kind of stuff. I tried to run and hide a couple of times, and I ended up with broken ribs. I ended up with a fractured skull. I ended up with a knife wound. I ended up beaten, and beaten. Until that fear came in, and I decided I'd rather live instead of keep running because he's going to kill me. One day, he said, we're going to take a trip. Only pack what you need for one night. So I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, oh, man, this might be it. We finally getting away. We finally got all the money we need. Keep in mind, I didn't see any of it. And we were in the car, and we drive it on. We left in the middle of the night. I can't give you no time, date, none of that. And I apologize if you look for that, but I can't give you that. I can tell you that it was pitch black. It was a little gas station that only had two pumps. It was like some kind of little country little gas station or something. And from Cleveland, he drove to New York. So somewhere between Cleveland and New York, he stopped the car, got gas, had me drink some water or some juice, something. He popped the trunk, and he put me in the trunk. The rest of the way, from wherever we were, we rode to New York. Now, for me, it seemed like days. In reality, it probably was less than an hour or so. I don't know. I just don't know. I've been asked that question so many times. Of course, prosecutors, everybody. I don't know how long I was in there. I don't know the stop. I didn't look for a street sign. No, I didn't look for horses. I didn't look for the cowboys. I didn't look for a police officer. I didn't look for the sheriff. No, I don't know. So when we get out, and some part in New York and New Jersey, the buildings are so close. So close and tight. And I remember just feeling, because I'm kind of holding onto the wall and walking down these steps. And then the next thing I remember was being pushed in the room and the door was closed. So for like maybe 2 days, I didn't hear his man. And you know what, guys? It may have only been a day. It may have been several hours. For me, in that situation, it seemed like days. But I'm going to go with a day and a half or something. So now I'm in there. Not no around there, no windows, mattress, just mess. And I hear other people crying and talking and things going on, and I'm screaming and I'm hollering, nothing. Until one day somebody came in and they came in the room with me, and they raped me. I considered it being raped. It wasn't a person that I went there with. Never seen him again to this day. But then what happened was, from what I understand and learned, he sold me. He sold me to someone in my early 20s. He, at that particular time, different men were just coming and going, coming and going. Then they would give me food, take me out. They took me out a couple of times. All kinds of things was going on. Made another trip somewhere else. The fear, the hurt, the pain, and the ugliness that I felt within my soul and in myself is undescribable. What I'm trying to do is give you some insight on what the victim feel and look like at that time. At that time, watching people stare and look and not say anything, watching people just come in and just rape me, perform sexual acts, make me do certain things. So, how did I get? That's how I got in it. That's how all of this occurred and happened. I don't know how the police got involved. I don't know what else was going on in that building. I don't know what was going on upstairs or the other room next to me. But I do know that I heard a lot of rumblings, a lot of doors hidden, gunshot, and then the door that I was in, they hit a couple of times. There was the police.
Mhm.
I'm in the corner. I have that blanket. I didn't know it was the police. Didn't know what to expect or what was going on. I'm crying. I'm broken. They come to me. They tell me to get up. They have a gun on me. I get up. Someone come and grab my arm. They did not handcuff me. But of course, I guess it was the other one, the SWAT. I don't know. Then I would go in, and in New York back then, and I'm sure it's still the same. A lot of things changed. In New York back then, there wasn't no computers and all of that. But in court is 24/7. And when you go to jail, it's just one big room, and you have every criminal that you can speak of in that room.
Oh, wow.
I went to court that morning, that you court all the time, and I just broke down. And I told the judge that I need help. Help me. I can't go back. They're killing me. And I don't know. I'm saying all these things. And I remember going into the judge office or chambers or back there in the back, and one thing led to another. And I guess they called Cleveland, and I had records in Cleveland and all kind of stuff for prostitution. It was just a lot. And they ended up expediting me back. Now, not knowing anything as far as what I'm going to do for a living, who I can trust, who can help me, what am I supposed to do, how am I supposed to do it? For a minute, my mind went going back to what I know. But this time, I keep the money until I can get myself together. And let me say this, I had two sons. And they were with their grandmother. So I ended up going back on my own, right down in Cleveland, Ohio, Prospect Avenue, 40th and Prospect. There was a hotel up there, which they call the whole hotel. That's why we take the tricks, all this stuff. I think I stayed back down there working for maybe a week. And I don't know what happened. Something happened and it scared me and this fear came in me or whatever. I remember friends and family, people I knew riding by looking just to see, was that her? Yeah, there she go. That's her. I remember hearing that. Staring. And then one day I just decided not to go back down there. I just decided to bury all that pain, bury all that hurt, bury everything that I went through inside of me, and find something else to do. We just started working in bars and clubs and different things until time went by, and I ended up loving myself a little bit more each day. So I'm going to jump up to something. Because in today's society and right now, there shouldn't be any reason why this continues to go on the way it goes on, including with our children. See, we have a thing that what goes on in this house, stay in this house. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to say anything to him or her. And not getting involved and not saying anything almost killed me. If I knew or remember the people that stared at me, and I'm not even talking about the tricks and the jobs that came in to abuse me. I'm talking about the people that this man or person, whomever it was that I was with, when he took me shopping to buy clothes, and I'm not talking about a suit for a job, okay, to buy wigs and all these things, and they looking at me, and they see the pain and the hurt and being disgusted in me, to the point that I remember one person didn't even want to hand me the bag. didn't want to touch me.
Mm.
And it's acts like that that keep us, the victims, from calling out for help. Because a lot of times people continue to blame us, and it's
Right.
not us. I don't know if you guys know this, but it is in the United States, there's about 300,000 children who's being sex trafficked. I'm an
Mm.
advocate as long as a survivor. I am a national known speaker, and I'm an author. I've done my research. I've traveled to different states. I felt sure some days people didn't believe me, some days people have believed me. Some days people think they still owe me some apologies, and I'm sorry, but I don't look for that. All I want you to do is speak up when you see something. If you're wrong or right, at least you did your part. The average, the average child at the age of 12 is prostituted daily. When I was going through that, I don't remember seeing any kids. I remember tricks want me to dress up like a kid, but I don't remember seeing any kids out there on the street corner. I don't remember any parents dropping any kids off. But today, in today's world, no man hold bars, baby. To these pimps and these so-called trafficking people and whatever, they taking them all. They don't care.
Right. Right.
They don't care. Can you imagine a 12-year-old having sex with 15 men per night? Back up, Renee. It's me. I'm sorry. My name is Renee Jones. They call me Hope Beat. But back up. It's not sex. It's not making love. They getting raped.
Exactly.
They're being raped.
I tell you, you're right. It's like, I mean, people don't want to get involved with anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I understand sometimes you don't really know what's going on, but these days, like you said, there's no age limit. They don't care about color. They don't care about any of that stuff. They don't care about your size. Whatever they can get from you is they're gonna use you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say I always, when I was dealing with youth and stuff like that, and I would always talk to their parents. You have to be mindful of where your children are. I know sometimes it seems like in this age, parents want to be their children's friend and stuff like that. But no, you have to be their protector. You have to, know where they are. And even when you're doing the best that you can, something can still happen. But if you're not doing anything, something is going to happen.
Exactly. Now, I don't remember any men, young boys, being out on the street corner on 40th and Prospect in Cleveland, Ohio, from Cleveland, Ohio, and to New York, to Boston, to Florida. I'm naming all the states that I was trafficked and traveled to for prostitution, for sex trafficking. I don't remember seeing any. I remember seeing transgenders and different things, but they were grown. Now, it's males, it's like 45% of these young boys out here now. 45%.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, if not most of the time, they already been broken, and they're looking for something.
Right.
They want to trust someone. They want to feel the love. They get mad at home. They're either adopted, they're homeless, they're a runaway.
And it seems like whatever little bit of, shelter they have, it seems more comforting than not having anything. Would you say that?
Yes, definitely. Definitely I would. And I've been doing this a long, long time. And I've ran across some young kids that I had to work with, talk to, police was with me, different things like that. And I'm going to tell you what we do. And I'm saying we because I always let them know that they're never alone because I've been there.
Mhm.
Just like a model. A model can identify with another model. There's some kind of language is over they use. Some kind of way they just click. Just like
Right.
a cook. They know the seasonings, which what to put in it, how much to twist it, and no use scoops, use your fingers. That's just like a teacher. They know each other. They know how to speak that language. They know which courses and syllabus to use. Just like us prostitutes, we know and have that certain language and lingo as well. So I'm speaking to them, and I remember it so clearly when I was beat so bad. And somebody said, they didn't say it to her, but somebody said, why she didn't run. We were in the hospital. We were in a hospital. Why she didn't run or why she did something. So let me explain something to you, At some point, when the pimps and the traffickers get a hold to us, and they fine tune and they beat us mentally, then they start fine tuning us and beating us physically, and then they took our spirit and our soul away. We rather stay there in order to stay alive instead of running and take a chance on dying.
Right.
Especially after we have ran before we already know the consequence. Because they will kill us. I've seen it. You're going to die if you run. And if you steal the money that you made from using your body, you're going to get beat down or you're going to die. There is no third choice. That's it. That's it. So you tell me which one would you rather do? Would you continue to kind of save your life and hold on until somebody see it, to somebody come to somewhere, somehow you be able to scream out for help and open your mouth? Or would you continue to take that chance and get shot in the back and buried somewhere and they don't find you for years?
Right.
Or
And
in a
that's
dumpster. Or in a dumpster, and then when the truck comes, you're gone. Because now, you know how many people still missing this and have been this for 5, 10 years, 20 years? Come on.
mm, my Lord. And that's another thing that we talk about. And Shay, jump in at any point.
Right.
But
Well,
we
yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say that I just don't believe that everybody who goes missing are dead, There's somebody going through this. They're not always taking a person and killing them. And I'm finding out that, hearing you talk and seeing the news, that is what's going on, too, is that they're taking them and, doing human trafficking with them. And they're not always, they're taken from their family, and the family just wants to assume that, they're dead because that's what the law enforcement or whatever, if they can't find them, oh, they ran away, they was getting away or whatever. But I believe that they have been taken and introduced into this kind of lifestyle. And once they're there, they can't get out.
Right. And that's exactly what I just said. I did not say that they all end up dead. But I can tell you that I've seen it with my own eyes. So I didn't say everybody that be missing end up dead. Because some of them is in Mexico, Puerto Rico,
Right.
or other places. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're absolutely right. I did say the fact that, what did you just say? It slipped my mind. I did say, I apologize. I did say that um, families in the news and the media may think that because after so long they can't find them, and then they lose hope. They would lose their hope. They would lose their spirit. They did all the searches, all the they would put posters on the trees and on the poles. They would give everything. Put they just go viral through Facebook. So after a while, some years go by.
Mhm.
It's it, they begin to they begin to think that
Right.
even though they don't know for sure, because I don't know if any of you mothers, but a mother knows, and they have that feeling. Because I remember somebody telling, me and my mother, let me see, a girl that I was with for a long time. I remember when we was in jail, and her mother came, and her mother told her, "I knew you were okay. I knew you were alive. I can feel it. I felt it." But see, and we do it just like certain feelings as women, as a mother. When our child is in trouble, when our child is hurt, or something.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mm. I'm just and like I said, I just hope that this is bringing awareness, more awareness to people that, you know, and I really don't have all the answers. I don't know what to tell you to do in every situation, but the more we are aware, the more we keep an eye, because before, yeah, this happened back in the day as well, but we also have always heard it takes a village. There was a village watching. Hey, your son was over here, your daughter was over there. Oh, there's a man in the neighborhood, but we're not like that anymore. We're not really a community anymore. Wherever you find yourself, it's like you and your family, and you only can look out for each other. But back in the day, you had aunties and neighbors that were looking out for everybody, keeping the family safe. You know what I'm saying? And we just don't have that anymore, it seems like.
No, you're right. We don't. And sometimes it's the family.
Mm.
Um, Sometimes the family don't keep the family safe. We supposed to. But as a kid, when I was growing up, and my mom and them had the fish fry parties, and everybody go to the house, and they playing cards, and we had to start barbecues in the backyard, and me and my sisters and cousins and friends, play cousins. When you grow up, you always had your play cousins, and blood sisters and all that. We running around, and we playing hopscotch and jump rope, Jackson on the kitchen floor, all of that. But this man, during the time all this going on, had me sit on his lap and gave me a quarter, which back then I thought a quarter was something. 'Cause see, we could take a quarter and go to the corner store and get a whole big bag of brown paper bags, a little small one, and fill it up with candy.
Right.
But I didn't know back then until years later when I started getting help and I started thinking back and I started analyzing and learning things that every week when he did that, why was I so special? Why was just me sitting on his lap? He may not interject anything in me or really touch me, but it's all out in front of everybody. Everybody thinking it's cute. Oh, look at Uncle Jack with Hope. Oh, ain't that cute? Taking Polaroid pictures. With all along, this man penis get hard.
Right. Mhm. And I'm gonna say that's how, like, people used to ask me, because I don't have any children, but people used to always ask me, why are you always with these children? You always got somebody's kids. You a single person. Go live your life. But things have happened to me when I was younger, and so, like, I'll just say, one of the kids, her mom, their mom needed help, and so she used to leave her children with the neighbor, and the lady was, and they were both extremely nice, the man and the lady, but the man drank a lot, and so then they would have people in and out of their house, and I was like, that's not cool, because even though these people are nice, there's just too many people in and out of their house. You don't know who these other people are, and you're leaving your children up there, and they're smoking, and your son has asthma, and I couldn't do it. I said, I'll keep them. Not even my responsibility, but I'll keep them, because I know what can happen. And,
Mhm.
and so that's just kind of how it happened for me because that was my way of making sure they were safe. Because I knew I didn't have a lot of people in and out of my house. I wasn't drinking, getting high. You know what I'm saying? And yes,
Mhm.
something still could have happened, but I just had a feeling if they stayed there, it just wasn't going to be good. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So a lot of times people be like, you just wasted your life and wasted money on people's kids and da 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 da. Well, that was my little piece that I could pay back to society to make sure these children were safe. You know what I'm saying?
And that's good because we need more people like that even to make sure they're safe. You know, my son, my baby boy, he's probably 28. He lives in Arizona, and one day we're really really close. And so one day I called him, I'm crying. I said, oh my God, I was just sitting, I'm driving my car and I'm looking at this kid walk to school by himself and no mom, nobody around. And oh my God, it's just heartbroken. You know, he told me, he said, Mom, I walk to school by myself. You didn't get up, get me dressed, do nothing. I walked to school by myself and I just walked back by myself.
Wow.
You, you know, so he pointed out little things on how in his mind, well, it was how I neglected him back then. At the age 7, 6, 5, because I think the school is right down the street. I'm still in the bed asleep because of I'm also a recovering addict. So here's something I want to say. I went to from domestic violence to human trafficking to crack cocaine. In between domestic violence and crack cocaine, I never drank. I never smoked a cigarette. I never did any drugs. I never did anything. But due to the fact that I never received the help, the love, and the
Mhm.
care that I needed from domestic violence to human trafficking, then I went working in a bar because if you remember, I said that I went back to what I know. So I went working in a bar, except I didn't sell myself. I sold they liquor, and I talk crap, and I use mentally. I use people mentally. I use people financially. I figured out a way back then to hurt men the way they was hurting me, which is very unhealthy.
Wow.
So it's
Mm.
kind of one of them times. You know, it's I'm
It's,
sorry. I'm sorry.
you're fine. You're fine. I mean,
I just wish people would really get it and really understand it. So many people are so close-minded to what's going on out here. Do you remember a couple of years ago, I think it was Southwest Airlines, when a man dressed really nice, suit looking good, and he had this young girl with him. She was looking all crazy. It was made national news. And the stewardess saw it, thought something was wrong. She went and got this little girl, took her to the bathroom. That's when the little girl told her that he's not my daddy. I want to go home. He took me and whatever, whatever. And it was a real big write-up. He was taking her out of the country to sell her. Matter of fact, he had already sold. He had already had the money. He just needed to transport it there. If it wasn't
mm,
for that young lady, that stewardess, if it wasn't for her paying attention and pull it up, Google it. If it wasn't for her paying attention and looking in that baby's eyes and see her suffering and her pain, Lord only knows where she'll be at. And no,
mm.
they don't all come up dead, but who knows where they come up at? Where are they there?
Wow.
But and on every airline, there's an undercover FBI agent. I can't think it's not FBI. They hired an FBI. They on every airline, every flight. That's their job. Just like the stewards, and they on that airline to protect the airline, to protect the passengers. And she knew who it was, and she got him. They landed at the nearest place, I'm assuming. Again, I don't know where they landed. It could have went over to their stop. I don't think so because he was on his way. That plane was on the way out the country. But I do know, if you Google it,
Mhm.
airline saved, stewardess saved, human trafficking victim or something. You see what I mean?
Wow. Shay, do you have a question or comment? So if you have a comment, Shay, just jump in. But this is just, I mean, I really don't look. How do we stop it? How do we, like, okay, so let's say for men, women, like we said, it's men, women, it's everybody these days. What are some of the signs they should look for? You know what I'm saying? To get out. And another thing, think about that, answering that question. But another thing I wanted to comment was, this is another reason we bring awareness, because we want people to stop being judgmental. We don't want you just to be like, why is this person might be on crack because they can't stand what's going on in their life. You know what I'm saying? They can't handle this beatings and, you know, the pressure they're under. You don't know what's going on, so don't be judgmental. If you can help them, help them. But being judgmental is not helping. So talk to us a little bit about, because I know it's amazing this hour is going by, but talk to us about, you know, what are some of the things people should look for, you know, us as citizens, and then people who are like when they're traveling and stuff like that, because we hear a lot of that when people travel, they get missing on their travel. Of course, you know, a lot of them are young, but just give us some tips that'll help us.
Okay. Um, First, I would always like for people to try to get educated to what's going on. Because this is a $1 billion business. And there's no way really to stop it. I don't know it. And it's continued to go on and on and on. And the government doesn't know. Or news that says they're not involved in some of it. I don't know. But I do know this. Once we get once we educate ourselves to it, once we get some type of training, because that goes on all the time. I personally now, I do training on this as well. But we need to be more observant. Watch the signs as far as how they dress, how they're looking, lack of eye contact, the bruises on them, don't want to be touched, can't speak, don't speak, won't speak, um, how they walking. Look for signs. A lot of them will give you, wash their hands, wash their fingers, wash their hands, because our hands is on the side, so a lot of times their fingers and their hands are trying to tell you something, because whoever they may be with is looking up at you as an adult, not a child, but their fingers and their hands is on the side down. They're trying to get your attention and tell you something. Trust your instincts and take your first gut. Your first mindset is going to say, something ain't right about that couple. Something ain't right about that. You mean, wait a minute, why is he hugging all on her, holding on her like that? That baby look like she's about 10 or 12. He look like about 20. And I know it happened. I've seen, well, I've heard people say that, even in Walmart. You know, and instead of saying it, go ahead. It's okay to ask. Don't be afraid of getting cut off. Sure, you've been cut off before. Don't be afraid because they're going to say, bitch, mind your own business. I'm sure you done heard that before. But that might be that moment that you saved someone's life. Because what happens when you go up to them, or even if you kind of follow them, or you kind of just stare at them, or you kind of just give that look, they're going to see that something ain't right. Okay, she's picking up on something here. And they're going to drop whatever they're doing and leave. Then at that time, don't think you done did your job, because now they're going to get the person who they with, because now they're going to be like, what did you do? What did you say? How did you act? So if they do pick up and run, try to leave, follow them. Just follow them out the door. Take a look, see where they're going. Which way did they go? Don't be afraid to call the police. Don't be afraid to ask somebody else to walk with you. So, hey, something ain't right with this. Can you come with me, please? Just trust me, people know me. They're going to come because they want to see what you're talking about. They're going to see what's not right. Remember Remember numbers. Write them down. Remember what they have on. Think about it. He had on blue jeans, brown shoes. His had on blue socks. I don't know why he got brown shoes and blue socks on. He had on a white top and he had on a baseball cap. She had on a dress that I haven't seen since 1970, so I don't even know where she got that little dress for. But and she had on body socks. I don't even know. Don't nobody wear body socks no more. But she did have on those Mary Jane shoes because now Mary Jane shoes is still in the business.
Mm.
All of that helps. All of that helps.
And you're right. Shay, do you have a question? Because I didn't want to cut you off. I thought I cut you off earlier. But that's what I was going to say. Even just being aware of, I personally wouldn't suggest, following too much. But if you want to follow out of the store to get a license plate, get the model and make of the car, maybe who else was in the car, how many people, it seems like.
But just which way they went. I'm not saying jump in the car and follow my old cross like Superman something. No, just to see their direction, just to watch their reaction. Because once they leave from your eyesight, you be able to tell when something's going on. Because now they done grabbed a hold to this child and they or by the back of their neck where they can force them and hold on to them and squeeze their head, squeeze the back of their neck, squeeze their arms, squeeze their stomach, squeeze their side, or squeeze their hand in order to, and tell them at the same time, you scream, I'm going to kill you. Let's go. You scream, I'm going to kill you. Keep walking, keep walking. You scream, I'm going to kill you. You run, you're dead. You run, I'm going to kill your mom. I know your mom said, I know where you live at.
Yeah.
You say a word, I'm going to get you. So, of course, I'm going to walk through. I'm going to go with him, but once you see that, man, I don't know. But that's it. That's what I have.
But you're right, too, about that. They threaten you. And, I mean, when you're older or people who haven't experienced it, they'll be like, that was a lie, or why did they believe that? But when you're this is something new to you, you've never even been kidnapped before. So to the fact that they say, I'm going to go back and I'm going to kill your parents or I'm going to burn your house down, okay, you believe that because these people are crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look what they're doing to me, so surely, I have a younger sister, and they say they're going to go get her, da-da-da. Y'all don't be, this stuff happens. People say that. People tell you that, and you believe it. And, whether they're going to actually do it or not, you don't know. So I hate it because I was looking at some of the statistics too, and it says in 2018 globally 20.9 million victims of human trafficking. Million. 68% in forced labor, 55% male, 26% children, and like you said, they listed like some of the top 12 states, Louisiana, New York, California, Texas, Washington, Florida. This stuff is happening. It's not just in one area. 20.9 million?
Yeah. And Florida is number 3.
No. Say that again?
Florida is number 3. Florida is the third state with the highest sexual and human trafficking rate. Every time I turn this TV, I see something going on in Pasco County. Look up Pasco County, and you'll see. Yeah, look it up. Pasco County human trafficking things and raids. But I'm gonna tell you, I got to praise the sheriff in Pasco County because he on his job with it. He's been bringing them in. But when you bring them in, when you bring 50 in, 50 more coming.
Right. And that's what I was going to say about it. It's just like even the 20.9 million, that number, that's just people that we know about, whether
exactly.
they were reported or you had a sighting of them, but they got away. There's so many more out there who we don't even know about. And so, everybody be aware of it.
And after 18, you're grown. So you could be anywhere. We can't report them missing. They grown. They may have just left. They may have just decided to move somewhere else.
Whew. Hallelujah. So everybody that's listening to us today, just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your family and friends. Just like Hope Speak said, even at a family event, that favorite uncle, everybody, oh, he's so nice to all the kids. He give them all quarters. They all sit on his lap and take pictures. Come on, let's just be mindful. Let's just be watchful. Let's talk to our children. Let's broach those conversations and topics because you don't know what's happening. And if they are offended by what you say, okay, I can understand, be mad, but I'm taking care of my child. So if you really care about
Exactly.
my child, then it's okay. You'll just be like, I understand. I'd ask too.
That's
So,
right. I do
you
some
know,
training courses and workshops, seminars, and I asked a couple of women in there, would you bring your child to my course? Oh, I would love for them to know, but I wouldn't want them to hear all of that. I wouldn't want them to know what can happen. Okay, so you rather let the person who's going to grab them or harm them or do something tell them what can happen instead of them getting the truth so they know what to expect when they go to the corner store, when they at the stop sign waiting, when that truck roll up on them real slow, when somebody's following. You rather for somebody else to tell them instead of them getting trained and educated so they know what to do and expect. A lot of us don't want our young girls and boys to know the truth, to know what can happen, to be trained on certain things.
honey, this is 2019. They better get with the program. I mean, it's just too much happening out there. You can say, I live in a gated community, whatever. I live in a safe neighborhood. Okay, everybody, it's not happening just in the ghettos. Trust and believe. Quit playing. 2019, it's happening everywhere. So, our time is about up. Miss Shay, I want to give you an opportunity to say something to the people or ask your last question. I know she's on the line, but she might have to have us muted. But Miss Hope Speaks. This is Hope Speaks. You see that she's passionate about this. You know that she is coming from a place of experience, and her desire is to bring awareness. Her desire is to, get you in a place where you're not as vulnerable. Does that mean, like I said before, you can have the best laid plan, you can be in the best communities, there's still the possibility of something happening. But it's better to have that knowledge. It's better to have some sense of what to do if it happens, how I can get out of this situation better. Like even like with the banks, when they say if somebody's coming in and robbing the bank, they tell the tellers don't go with the robber because you're more apt once you leave that building, once you leave that space. We don't know what's going to happen. You make your risk of not coming back a little bit higher. So if we can, get them to fight back, yell, scream, something, so that they don't get, accosted and taken. Hey, let's do it. And when we hear the screams, let's be attentive. Even if we don't want to go outside, risk, our family or our health, call the police. Nobody, call the police. Call the police. So I'm just
And
passionate about.
can I add something?
Mhm.
If you're curious, if you're not sure, if you got that aha moment, Facebook me, message me. I can help you
Mm.
brainstorm and work your way right through that. Find me on Facebook, Hope Speak. Email me, speakhope4@gmail.com. Don't let it bypass. Don't let it slip up. Don't let it say, oh, it probably wasn't nothing. It may not be. At least you said, you know what, Hope? I saw this and I'm just curious. What do you think? Should I? Should I? So this way, the next time, you will know.
Yes, I like that. If you want more information, like I said, more, just collaboration and, just more details about what to do, definitely reach out to Miss Hope. So, Hope, before we leave Hope Speak, I want you to just, again, give your contact information again and just leave us with a thought that would I don't know, that inspire people, that will bring awareness. Just that last, you know what I'm trying to say. That last
Yes,
piece of information that will drive this subject home.
thank you. Again, my name is Hope. You can call me, again, my name is Renee Jones, but you call me Hope Speak. I am available for speaking engagements, workshops, and seminars. I live in Clearwater, Florida, and starting in March, we will have a Clearwater Circle of Sisters, the private support group for every woman that think they might be a victim, not a victim, or however. So I want to say this. Find me, message me, Hope Speak, email me, speakhope, the number 4, speakhope4 at gmail.com. I'm there for you. I will be there with you, and we can do this together. And there's no way anyone can tell you anything different when you see it with your own eyes. So if you see it and you believe it, then I need you to step up to it and use it. Use what God gives you. Use that second thought, that second mind. Use your power, your love, and your skills to support another sister or a brother and help us all out. Thank you.
Amen. So I had picked another song to end with, but I think I'm going to go back to the original song. We are making connections with Allie and Shay. If you didn't get any of that, join our Facebook page, like our page, join our group that's Making Connections with Allie and Shay. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Just connect with us, and, we always put out bulletins and things like that. So connect with us, and I'm going to end with this song again. It says, don't walk away. Because millions are stolen, bought, sold, beaten, raped, and abused. And one is too many.
I was in the news today, pouring back on page 16. No photograph, no last name to save them for the beauty queen. I'm a girl you never